Hi, my name is Bill Schaffler. I'm the president here at People Report and Black Box Intelligence, and I'm here today to talk about the January restaurant industry snapshot. Now, before I start, let me set up the beginning of this year with a little bit of perspective on really what we're faced with right now. Number one, we've got payroll tax increases of 2% impacting everyone regardless of income level. We also have gas prices rising fairly surprisingly in the month of January. And this year we do not have the benefit, as we are already seeing, of good weather. We're already seeing some pretty nasty weather that we didn't have last year. Last year was a good year in that regard. So all that being said, the first quarter is shaping up to be a fairly challenging one. So I guess you should just strap on your seatbelts and let's see where we go. Now, to talk a little bit about the month of January, sales were positive. They were up 0.4. Traffic was negative 3.1%. We haven't been able to get out of that negative traffic territory in several years, actually, up to this point. But sales themselves were positive. Now, that was impacted by the shift in New Year's Day, or New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Last year, that fell into December. So it fell into December of 2011. This year, the impact of New Year's fell into the first week of January of 2013. So while that impacted December in a negative manner, it actually helped January, believe it or not, of this year. And it helped up to about a percentage point in actual comp sales. So without the benefit of that, we actually were in negative sales territory, negative 0.6%. Now, what we did see in January was some increase in check average. We believe that companies waited till the new year to take a little bit of price increase. That was up 3.5% versus December of 2.7%. So it's actually at a relatively high level compared to what we saw in the second half of 2012. We saw a couple of regions that were doing well, but the best was New York and New Jersey. That was up 3.8%. With flat traffic. The Southeast region did the worst. Sales in that region were negative 3.3%. We also tracked DMAs. We're up to approximately 170 DMAs that we're tracking on a weekly basis, and 44% of those were in positive territory in the month of January, 56% in negative territory. That was actually better than what we saw in the month of December. Through our People Report brand, we're able to also track job growth in our industry, and it is still growing, although in January it was up 0.7%, a little bit weaker than what we last saw, it was around 2% positive the last time we reported that in the prior month. But we are still seeing growth in the industry from a job perspective. We also have a partnership with Consumer Edge Research that we talk about in our publications, as well as through this snapshot that we do every month. And what we're doing there is about 2,500 surveys of the restaurant consumer spread evenly across demographics and income levels. And in the month of January, that index came down. It came down from a 91, which was actually fairly high in December. We were encouraged by that, but it did come back down to an 83 in the month of January. That may be related to these issues that I talked to at the beginning, especially in regards to payroll tax increases as well as gas prices. So the consumer in January was indicating less of a willingness to spend. So with that, hopefully I've given you a pretty good summary of what's going on. Not a whole lot of positive news, and we will actually be tracking and reporting to you this every month this year, so we hope that you'll join us on a monthly basis, and I appreciate your time today. Thanks a lot, and have a great February.